Hello, everyone. So, obviously, I've been talking about my own documentary, Prehistoric Diary, and I'm thinking like what models I would use and how accurate they should be. And the models, are, what are they based off of? Of course, yes, by accuracy, but who are they really based off of? Like, for example, with this art is by Mauricio Acton. As you can see, Mauricio Acton, who's a good paleo artist and he makes good, accurate art as possible. Um, so I would use these direwolf models because they're close related to the Indian slash Dole Indian wild dog instead of like this model because we now know that dire wolves are not closely related to wolves. They're more closely related to foxes, doles, and that sort of and other types of canines, even though they're not technically a wolf. My point is that these would be the best models. Um, Obviously, there would be main characters of the story. It would just be an alpha male and alpha female of the pack trying to survive against this primal California, prehistoric California, to be exact. The Colombian Mammoth I would also use in the story, of course, in this version of the Colombian Mammoth. It's debatable really back and forth if Colombian mammoths had hair like woolly mammoths, or if they didn't, or they had shorter hair. But other than that, I would just use this particular model. And obviously, probably since it's California, and yes, it was colder back then because it was the Ice Age, but it was still pretty hot, of course, because it's California. It was cooler, my mistake. It wasn't colder, but it was cooler than it was. So I would use this particular model of the Colombian Mammoth. Maybe like ones that are like from Colorado, since Colorado's pretty cold. Maybe they had hair, but like the the Californian specimens, like the Z specimen, they probably didn't have hair. But that's just my own prediction. Now, when we get to Smilodon Fatalis, now I know that some people, it's debatable really that what did Smilodon look like in terms of coloring? Did it have spots? Did it had stripes? Or did it have no pattern at all? I choose this particular model by Fred the Dinosaur Man to have spots because it lived in the forested regions and it would make sense really just like a modern jaguar would. Um, the story with the Smilodon would just be about a mother and her cubs basically fight for survival against the larger predators. Um, yes, Smilodon may be the apex predator of the forested regions, but it's still had competition with other larger apex predators, but they live in open habitat. But it would be very rare though, but Smilodon would avoid them unless threatened by young or carcass. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention with the Colombian mammoth, it would just be about a herd and a male, a musk bull, trying to protect his females against other bulls. Forgot about that. American Lion. It would just be the story of a young male who got kicked out and he's trying to find his way. You know, trying to be the ruler of the Pleistocene plains of North America, California. I would use this model, but I could also use this model since males have manes and it's going to be a male. So, and since it's been proven that American lions had manes but smaller, though, so it would just either be this model or this model, or maybe maybe the female would look like this, but the male would look like this with the mane. Obviously much bigger. And then finally, the short-faced bear. Now, the reason why I'm using this model for the short-faced bear is, of course, that it's closely related to speckled bears / the Andean bear. And I would definitely not use like a brown bear like coat, just like this, just a speckled bear like coat, since it's closely related, and which would make sense. The story with the short-faced bear is just like the American lion. He's been kicked out. The male short-faced bear cub has been kicked out, and he's trying to find food from other predator scavengers and other short-faced bears, and so on and so forth. It's the coming of age, both of these two creatures, the American lion and the bear. So yeah. But let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments about your ideas on the stories of both of these 5 animals, both the direwolf, the mammoth, saber-tooth, lion, and bear. Please, I would like to know.